Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about a basic introduction to where you should begin your gearing and where to go from that point on. So to start things off, don't worry about enhancing while leveling any of your equipment. You can use the level 35, 45 specific tickets that you get from rewards as you go along, but save any level 55 or level 60 tickets for the endgame gear. Stockpile any of the circuits that you get so that you can feed them into your higher ones that you'll use later on. Once you're done with your leveling, or even before you're done with your leveling, as soon as it's available to you, you want to begin working on getting 2K nullification, which comes from the void equipment that you're going to be able to begin crafting before 60. Okay? This stuff is going to come from doing void realm activities that are going to unlock right here under challenges, void realm, and you're going to see rim and ravine. They're going to give these currencies here, and you could get lucky with drops as well that can help you out. But these are going to be the things that you're going to want to do. They also give you good XP, so you're going to want to do these at the minimum to get your crafting currency to begin making that void equipment. Now, once you have this gear, you are specifically looking for the void shadow gear. The game will give you a bit of a tutorial going through all of that. As you get to those points, it is going to guide you essentially into crafting this void gear. However, some people have missed that specific pieces. There are 3 specific pieces. Okay, the necklace, the ring, and the bracers. These have 2 forms. The null shade, which you will make first, and then you will then craft into void shadow bracers. Okay, same thing with the necklace, null into void, and ring, null into void. As long as you have a full 8-piece set of void shadow, you will have 2K nullification. Now, you can get lucky and get a yellow level 55 piece from loot drop, or you could get loot drops from other activities, your seal, or actually you probably won't have your talisman unlocked yet, but your seal you get around level 50. But those things are going to have chances to have nullification stats on them as well. Those will be more of what you're looking for to get some bonus nullification from when you're pushing for 3K. So once you have your 2K nullification, you're going to be doing the Abyssal Realm activity for Ravine. For Valley, actually, I should say. Not Ravine. Valley. Okay? Valley is going to be the one that you're going to use to begin crafting your yellow gear. Okay? And it also has the chance to drop yellow gear. And this is where you're going to begin getting those nullification increases. Now, you only get about a 230 nullification increase per piece swap out. So if you want to get to 3K nullification through just these normal means of crafting gear, you are going to need either 5 yellows for the amount to offset, or you're going to need to get one of the void variants, the pink variants of your talisman or seal, which you can see right here in the crafting page. They only are dropped, or you can get it from the trading house if somebody has it dropped and they have it listed to sell. You can buy it from the trading house, but otherwise it has to come from an adventure drop specifically. But these do have their own nullification values on them, and so if you do get one of these, that, reduces the amount of yellows that you're going to need to wear in order to offset the nullification required for you to get to 3K nullification in order to run Nest. Now, unlike the others, Nest is a once per day per character with a 3 out of 3 weekly reward. Okay? So this is going to be the main currency that you're looking for, is the origin engraving, for you to make that much higher tier content equipment and just the loot in general. You're looking for the insignias. You're looking for everything that it can drop. but you will still want to run Valley every day. You can use your account energy, which is the orange energy right here. When we look at our energy pool, your account energy can be used for that in order for you to still get the crafted material that it comes from for today's progress when you run Valley Nullification. You do want to make sure that you have green energy for when you run Nest so that you can get the loot rewards from that. Outside of that, you are going to want to expend your green energy on running Purgatory. All right, Abyssal Purgatory, which is also going to be your #1 source of XP. It gives the highest amount of XP per the energy that you're going to want for it. We actually just showed the normal rewards there. So it's 520,000 per 10 energy. Usually it's 250k XP per 5 energy. So it's a little bit more XP that you get out of it. And it does give you guaranteed epic gear after X amount of times. It's a pity system for the loot drop, but in general, it will also drop you yellow equipment that you can wear. And this is going to be one of the ways that you're going to get your gear. This is a good thing to also run on alts. However, if you have alts and they get loot that your main could use, you can transfer it, but that does require transfer stones. Additionally, it's not necessarily a bad idea if you get a piece of gear that is a flex armor, so it's not locked specifically to your class or anything like that. It might be for another class, like these gloves are for Berserker, but you know, maybe you get a piece of equipment that would be for a class you have no intention of playing at all. You can equip that piece and use it in order to help you break that nullification barrier that you're missing out on. And you can even upgrade it if you want to, and then transfer, inherit that level of enhancement later to a piece that is for your class if you'd like to. But otherwise, you don't need to do that, but this is a nice way to do that. But if you have transfer stones and you want to transfer equipment that you get, transfer stones come from the Wondrous Shop, which is that discount store that you get as a drop thing that your guildmates can also activate to give you bigger discounts, or right here at the Merchants Guild, which is where these silver coins come from when people give you likes and stuff from completing content together. These do have transfer stones available in them, as well as vouchers and everything else. This stuff is important, so hey, don't be an asshole and do lots of content, help people out, get your likes up, get your rewards for that, and get your monthly and weekly limit stuff that you can buy. That's that. Other than that, you're going to expend any of your orange energy likely on doing critical conquest to just target farm, insignia or epic shards. You can still get strategist codes for that type of stuff. And so that's going to be pretty much where you do your orange energy. There are the account rewards for that. And in terms of anything else that you would do for progression, you have your hex chest, your checkmate. This is another thing that does have a nullification requirement. So do the weekly for what you can do and the daily rewards up to the highest amount of nullification that you are able to equip. So this is going to be something that you will progress through into completing. Be careful when you go into it. It will start you at the lowest one, and then as you move forward, it will let you move forward in there. If you do not have enough nullification, it will just start to kill you with a dot. And so it's not something that you can survive without proper nullification. And this was one of the first real gear check types of content that I ran into, to where I could feel my equipment being a factor in that, okay, I need to start upgrading my equipment at this point. These things have a lot of HP. They do a lot of damage. I'm not doing enough damage. This thing's taking too long. That sort of situation. This was one of the first real gear checks that I encountered in the game. This is going to be one of the highest difficulties of content. In the elite mode for it, it turns into an 8-man form of content, and it has even higher nullification requirements. So this is going to be pretty much where your long-term endgame gear progression is going to be focused on. So keep that in mind when you're going through your gearing and you look at the crafting table and you see what can be crafted. Here's your, here's the chest piece stuff that can be crafted. Take a look at it, see if that's the set that you really want. It is going to be like, your long-term investment kind of deal. You need a lot of these chest pieces. And it's a limited resource that you can get every day from that content. But you want to get to doing as much of the hex chests as you can as quickly as possible. So get to working on that. That is pretty much what you should be looking to do as you get characters to level 60, right before 60, and then when you are 60, what you want to focus on first, and then what you should be looking to do each day as you work on your gear progression. If you found this video helpful or you enjoyed it, be sure to drop us a like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can find us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/ZZav. Take care and have a good one.